the magic wand and wave it over the kittens. Say the magic words for him, would you?
Abracadabra.
Tap the hand lightly. Ah, good. And they disappear just like that.
Whoa.
Okay, don't tell anybody how you did that, okay?
Yay, good job, Hayden.
Yeah. Now, a lot of kids don't recognize the next one. It's their parents' version of Nintendo, otherwise known as a Rubik's Cube, otherwise known as an adult confuser, but most commonly known as Mission Impossible. Kids may recognize the music as The Incredibles. Now, there's a lot of things that children can do that adults can't. This is only one of them. Children can reach 3 times further than their arms can. True. Children can do things like this. I've watched them. They turn it this way. They turn it that way. They turn it here. They turn it there. They turn it every which way you can imagine. I figured though if I were a magician, I would toss it up in the air. And when I was done. Like that. I heard that somebody over there said, how did he do that? Guy on the side said, why did he do that? One day I did a birthday party. After the party, a young man came up, said, you're a magician, do this. Made the kid disappear, got a great tip from his dad. Then I went home and found my Rubik's Cube. And I turned it, okay, I peeled off all the stickers and put them back on the right side. Then I did the only logical thing. I went to the library, got a book called How to Do the Rubik's Cube. It said you turn it here, you turn it there. After I understood the concept, I could turn it into a magic trick where you toss it into the air. When it comes down, it's restored. Any bit of information you ever want to know is in a library somewhere and soon to be in a computer near you. Now, as a magician, people ask me strange questions like, how's tricks? Or inappropriate questions like, can you make my wife disappear? I tell them, no problem, just keep thinking that way. She'll be gone with your house, your car, your future income, no problem at all. Then they say, can you make a lady float? Can you pull a rabbit from a hat? The answer is yes, with a small problem. I sat down on the hat. Real problem, the rabbit was in the hat at the time. I need someone from the audience. Who's it going to be? Me. Oh, I forgot to say, I can't pick anybody who says me, only the braces there. Here we go, try it again. Lovely young lady right over here, come right up front. What's your name?
Imani.
Imani? Imani. You see those other kittens there? Could you grab those for me? I'll trade you. I'll take the paper. I'll let you hold that by the corners. Hold it under your chin. Face the audience. And smile. I now have a beautiful act. That's all it takes. Good. Okay. And step right over here. Just right over there. Perfect. Now, I do have a rabbit. He's a pretty smart rabbit. He actually knows the answers to the questions because he reads books. And if you read books, you'll know the answers to the questions too. He knows the answers to the hard questions, like when the lights go out, where do they go?
In the hole.
No, they vanish into the darkness, for those of you wondering. If a cow laughs, does milk come out of her nose?
No.
If a turtle falls out of his shell, is he homeless or naked? Both, yeah. He knows where to go when danger comes. He goes into a little hole in the ground where he lives. Now, he's a pretty smart rabbit. He knows enough to know to go into the hole head first. Some rabbits aren't that smart. They go in tail first. They look for the fox. The fox sneaks up behind him, grabs him by the ears, rips his ears off. Then he's just a squirrel with his short, fuzzy tail. But he's a smart rabbit. He knows enough to know to go in head first because he knows if he goes in head first, the worst that could happen, the fox would grab him by the tail, rip his tail off. Then he just goes to a retail shop. Yeah. But he's a pretty smart rabbit. Not only does he know how to run and hide, what else do you think he might possibly know how to do? Anybody have an idea? What do you think? That's right, he knows how to disappear. And of course, we know where he goes, don't we? Where does he go?
In the hat.
Into the hat, that's right, very good. Can you place one finger straight in the air? Go ahead. Place
No.
one finger straight in the air. Good choice of fingers, I appreciate it. Sometimes they use their driving finger. Yeah, hold it straight up like that. Hold your fingers, perfect, perfect. Now, I'm going to put the hat over the finger. And kids, this is a public service announcement. Listen closely. Never play that pull my finger trick with dad, grandpa, or a big brother. Not a good idea. I did that when I was a kid. I heard spiders bark. Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah. Where do you think that rabbit went? Into the hat, you think? Think you can reach in there and find it for me? See if you can find that rabbit. Pull him up nice and slow for effect. And that's the story of the rabbit. And if you read books, you'll know the answers to the questions too. I say you maybe see. Yeah. I am going to need a gentleman from the audience. A gentleman, not just a boy, but a gentleman from the audience. Let's see here. I think maybe someone with a 99 on his shirt. That's the one. Very good, very good, very good. And your name, sir? Hayden. Hayden, very good. Step right over here if you would, please. Very good. Now, I lived in Las Vegas for a couple years. This trip reminds me of home in Las Vegas. They get to look inside the bucket. You get to look right up close. They get to look in the bucket. You get to look right up close. You guys get to watch my hands. He gets to watch my hands right up close. Ooh.
Andre, don't move.
It's not a penny, that's $1. Yeah. But this trick does remind me of home in Las Vegas. Love that sound. Now, that's a really good looking shirt. Do you know what that's made out of? Cashmere. Cashmere. I did my first paint show March 1st, 1957. That was 5 days before my 5th birthday. So I started doing magic, I was 3 years old. And I did my first paint show 5 days before my 5th birthday. Now, the next week after I did my first paint show, my dad took me to see a professional magician show, and that magician did that last trick with the silver dollars. My dad said, son, you need to learn that trick. I said, how come? He said, you may never have to get a job. Yeah, I'm 62 years old, never had to get a job. That's pretty cool. But I have updated that trick because when I started driving, gas was 23 cents a gallon. Yeah, it doesn't cost that anymore. And every once in a while, you need a little extra money to stop off and get gas.